Hey guys, AKIL'S here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share with you some analysis that we did on a potential trading opportunity in our live room this morning. So check it out. The same type of movement. Pound Kiwi has continued its onslaught to the downside. And if I had to guess where Pound Kiwi was going to go next, the first level I would guess is this consolidation level down here. And you guys know me, I'm risk averse, so I'd like to look for the most conservative level. The zone right before our elephant candle, and if you guys aren't familiar with elephant candles, I'll draw a big elephant next to it so you can see it. This is that large candle right here. So I have an expectation to the downside here, right? This green zone, which I will soon change the color because there's too much green on the chart. Let's make it white and boring. Or now it's gray because it's underneath. So we have that going on here. Just curious to see if the 1618 is going to be down there. I think it's going to be a little bit far away, but Fibonacci extension, swing high to swing low and back up. You're a little bit far of that. Let's go down to a lower time frame and see what can we do now. So we have a few things happening here, right? And again, this is how we can use our different indicators to kind of help us. I also want to draw the AB equals CD pattern. Sorry, I'm eyeballing all this stuff in my head, and I know it's not down there, but I need to confirm it. Okay, so we're pretty much at AB equals CD right now. So we saw a steep move down, and then we're starting to see these smaller range candles, right? What clue is this giving us about the markets, guys? We're starting to lose momentum. We're starting to run out of steam, right? We have another clue in our RSI that tells us the same thing, right? What clue do you see on the RSI? This has been kind of the theme of the week. Deceleration, yep, we should expect relief. Yep, divergence on the RSI, right? We see from here to here, our two most recent lows. This we spoke about by not necessarily looking at the RSI first, but looking at our price action points. We have our two lows here, right? New structure low, outside return, new structure low. We have an RSI right here that was massively oversold. I don't know why I did that voice. And then we have a lower low that was created and we're oversold, but you can see at a much higher level. So we have divergence, which goes hand in hand, right, with our deceleration pattern, right? So in our mind, we can start thinking like, hey, we may see, as Ali wrote in, no, not Ali. Who wrote in relief? Someone wrote in relief. I want to give proper credit. Oh yeah, it was Ali. Yeah, good. We may see some relief. Now, that helps us in two ways. One, if you're a counter trend trader and you're looking to buy relief, then that could be a buying opportunity. Two, if we know that our bigger projection is elefante, right? We know that, okay, well, I'm looking for a pullback trade to get involved there. We know that the potential relief would give us the pullback that we could potentially require, because we never know if we're going to get our signal, that we could potentially require to take the trade to the downside. Now, how does that help us, Akil? That's the big question, right? How does that help us? That doesn't mean anything. Well, it does, right? Because it tells us to pay attention. It's so easy to, if I were to tell you, hey guys, looking for a pullback opportunity here, you're probably like looking at it like, what do you mean? Like we have a new structure low that's just created. Like, why are we even looking for a pullback? But when you look at the clues of, okay, deceleration, divergence, that tells you that, hey, relief may be coming. We know that that relief could be the pullback that we require. It simply tells us, hey, let's put a little star next to this thing, put it in my my pre-market checklist, and just let's keep an eye on this. Let's keep an eye on this, and maybe we can start doing the rest of our analysis, right? And the rest of our analysis would be asking ourselves, okay, where can I take the trade? Well, what's the first thing we may want to do when thinking about how to take this trade? We may want to set up a kill zone, right? So if I'm a structure-based trader, I know that I need at least to move the structure. So the first level of structure that I need to be hit would be here. We know that this is the violation point. This wick is kind of silly and stupid, but it's on the chart, so we count it. This is the violation point. So I have my weird looking zone. Maybe you want to add Fibonacci confluence, right? We can drag fibs from a few levels, right? We can drag it from the most recent swing high to swing low. Also, remember, we do have the AB equals CD pattern. It is a weird looking one because of the wick, but we're at an AB equals CD pattern completion. So we can drag a Fibonacci from the entire AB equals CD pattern. And we can look for any points of confluence, right? You guys see any points of confluence? Well, yeah, look at that. We have a 382 and a 50% lining up right here. We have a 50% and a 618 lining up right here, right? Now let's see who else is going to catch it. What else is in that level? Who's got the super eyes? Look at those two levels. What else do we have at those levels? Come on. Come on, come on. I bet money on you. I put all my money in the middle of the table, and I bet that one of you guys would get it. Don't make me look bad. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Oh, I tricked you. Psych. Ah, there we go, Vincent. Yeah, even-handled number. Yeah, psychological numbers. That was my attempt at giving a clue. Right at these levels, we have, right, 214 even. If I can draw it on, it's here. 214 even. 215 even. So I don't know if I have an emoji for a bullseye, right? But these would be two locations that I would certainly, come on now, I'm gonna get one. Target, no. These would be two locations that I would certainly want to keep an eye on and make the projection that, hey, if price is going to pull back, I can't believe you're not giving me a bullseye. You're horrible. If I'm looking for a place for price to go to, this is a key level to look for price. You can tell I can't do two things at once. I'm trying to scroll and find something cool to use and talk at the same time, and I'm just failing. I'm failing miserably. I'm just going to use the eyes. So boom, now half my trade is set up, right? I know the zone in which I'm looking for entries. I know for my trading plan specifically what I need to enter. I know where I'm looking at for targets. Pretty much all I'm doing at this point is waiting to see if price actually gets there. Do you see how we pretty much know all the details of our trade well before, right? I talk about this all the time, especially on the swing trading time frames, right? I tell you guys, I know what I'm going to trade days before it even happens. Now, again, we don't know if it's going to be days or hours. We can get big swings. I think we have New Zealand news coming out later. But do you see how we already know? Like, there's no surprises about this trade. Like, is there anything else that we need to measure out? Aside from like crossing the T's and dotting the I's, which is like confirming that the risk reward makes sense, right? And we won't know that until we get our entry and we see the exact price point of that. But now we wait and we reassess. You come back every, again, I don't think, I highly doubt we're going to move up there. We're not going to get an entry signal in 4 hours. So we spoke about this before. At most, we're what? We have an hour before the next candle closes. But let's just say you need a 3-bar reversal. Worst, best case scenario, I don't know. Quickest case scenario is we close this candle, we get our next 4-hour candle that somehow takes us all the way up here. Then we get another candle, and then we get a lower low candle like that. That is the quickest we can be in the trade, right? This is 4, 8, 12 hours away. So the quickest we can be in this trade, unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am, would be 12 hours from now. You have plenty of time to draw in the details. You have plenty of time to go over your plan. You have plenty of time to bug me and bother me on the chat and ask if you missed anything. You have plenty of time to wait for me to respond. You have plenty of time to do a lot of things before this, to not panic, pretty much. And this is the cool thing about putting yourself in a position where you have a plan, you can set your trading up in advance. It takes that panic out of it. Because I can tell you what, if you're not prepared 12 hours from now, you probably shouldn't be trading. Typically, you're not going to panic. Now, you can second guess. You got to deal with entering prematurely and stuff like that because you don't want to quote unquote miss the trade, fear of missing out. But as far as like not being prepared to take the trade, you should be rehearsing this over and over in your head. And then you should feel comfortable with it. So keep that idea. We're not going to put this in the pro trade log yet because it's a ways away from happening, but keep that idea in the back of your head. Someone said something about a cipher.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display.